anything you guys say to me today stays between us. And
well, we'll get to the other part. But Davion was on his phone at 5:35 before he died. I mean, not even like 30 seconds. Why would he be responding about a view and not helping the car get back on track?
Mm-hmm.
Recording.
Okay, so we'll just let this go. You pretend like it's not even there.
Okay.
We know why we're here. We're here because of Mackenzie and Dom and Davion.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were friends with Davion, I know, because you provided. You knew Dom?
And I know Davion.
Yeah.
Okay, you provided the Life 360 information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you had texted him that night. He had responded to you at like 5:30, like shortly before.
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk to him?
5:35.
It was 5:35, and it was through Snap, I think,
yeah,
right?
it was on Snapchat.
Okay, did you respond or text with him or talk with him any other way? Because it looks like your next Snap was like 7.
It was at like 7:30, yeah.
Right, so you had no more communication?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's go back to that night. Did you talk to him at all that night? Like at any of the parties they were at or any of that?
I was actually on vacation in Colorado, so I was just texting him.
Okay.
And then the reason I was texting him was because I sent him like a picture of when I was on vacation, and then his response was like, "Oh, that picture's cool." And then after that, I didn't respond in time.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Had you had any contact with Davion or Dom that night?
No, I don't think I had contact with Davion for the last 2 days before that.
Okay.
I can check my phone log. Maybe it's still on there, but I'm gonna have to see.
How long have you guys been friends? Just through school?
I became friends with. I've known Davion since I was in like middle school, but I kind of became friends with him this school year because we had a class together at the beginning of the year, and then I just like from there it just blossomed, I guess.
Okay. And now we're going to jump around a little bit. So let's stick with that for a second. Now, Davion was adopted, right? Did he talk about his parents at all? Did he have a good relationship with them? Was he living there? I know he was staying with Dom a lot.
I know more about his parents than you.
Yeah, from what I know, from like what I said, like spoke to Davion about, because I would always like pick him up and take him to school sometimes, and like at the end of the year. And he was. I know he was staying with Bubba for a few months actually.
Who's Bubba?
Landon Turner.
Bubba was staying with Bubba.
Yeah, he stayed with Landon Turner. He stayed with Don Rousseau for about a week.
Yeah,
and his dad actually dropped him off there.
Davion's dad dropped him off there at Russo's.
Yeah,
and he'd been there a couple weeks. You said
a week.
They
were on vacation.
Oh, that's right. They were in North Carolina. Yeah, I'm with you. So Landon Turner's Bubba. How long did he stay with him?
A few months.
A couple months.
It was probably around like March, April to like May.
Yeah.
All right.
He stayed at Carl's house too.
Yeah, he
stayed there. Not like about a month, but nothing crazy.
Who's Carl? What?
Kish, Kish.
And he was there for
about a month. Roughly, give or take.
Okay. Did his parents kick him out, or did he leave on his own?
His parents had some strict guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
If it was either just mind my language.
No,
like
go ahead.
From watching porn or coming home late, or they're very Christian.
Yeah, I did get that feeling.
So they kind of butt heads a lot, but I mean, I know the dad really loved Davion.
Yeah.
And the sisters as well, because they're his blood sisters.
Yeah.
And I just knew he had a lot of problems with his mom.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's understandable. He's a kid. Well, he's not a kid. He's 19.
Roughly coming out of his teenage years. So it's just normal stuff.
Yeah.
But I know he had depression medicine, and like
he was
prescribed a lot of stuff.
You know what it was?
No, not from the top of my head. But he would still take his medicine. He would still do everything he needed to do. He was always around us, happy.
Did you ever know him to talk about?
No, not once.
I wouldn't either. Never.
I was very close. Like, they were friends with him. I was close to Davion on like a personal level.
Okay.
He was my employee at times because I managed Papa John's. And they all worked for me.
Okay.
Nice. We worked at Chipotle together. I was a manager there. Okay. We worked at Five Guys for like 4 years.
Man, you've been at all the good spots, huh?
Yeah.
All the best ones.
You get Chipotle at the
Dunkin' Donuts.
So. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, if you ever need some food.
Who doesn't like Chipotle, right?
I don't. I'll tell you that.
You don't?
Eat it every day.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess you get sick of it. That makes sense. Never heard anything. Okay.
No, he was, even though he had a rough time in his house just because his younger ages, he always had a blast with us. He was always happy and smiling and laughing with us, and he'd always create.
That's pretty much what we've been told about him.
Yeah, he was a really good kid, and he's
Did he dabble in drugs?
Not a lot. Just
not a lot.
Occasional teenage smoking weed, and that's about it.
Anything you guys say to me today stays between us. And
well, we'll get to the other part, but I know he smoked weed.
And here's the things: if you guys ever done things with them or seen things, we're not looking to jam anyone up.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We're gonna give you everything.
Yeah, we're focused on this. If you unless you tell me you murdered someone, I don't care if you did any drug a month ago, whatever you guys did, I don't care about that. I may have a discussion saying, be careful. It's probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
I mean, weed is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Technically, it's illegal. Decriminalized, whatever we want to call it. Is it the end of the world? No. Should we be driving and smoking?
Not at all.
Probably not. Right? So, I'm not someone who's going to judge you for marijuana. I don't care. Now,
he smoked his weed, and
he would drink at parties, like
high school stuff.
Do you have a fake ID?
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember him ever pulling one out, but if he did, I would be surprised. I don't
think he would ever even think of that.
Yeah, I don't think he'd think of that.
Okay. So he did drink, but you don't know about an ID.
I mean, I saw his wallet a couple days ago. I didn't see any fake ID in there. Okay. I know I had his temps.
You guys have smoked weed with him?
I have, yes.
Okay. Yeah. And drank alcohol with him?
I've never drank alcohol with him.
Yeah, I don't drink.
No.
Drink,
okay. No, you don't. Either of you drink, just weed.
Yes.
I'm just scared.
Weird enough. Not all Muslims follow that.
Yeah, not all of them.
Some of them just
cheating,
do their own thing, right? Okay, so that's where we are with Davion. Now you knew Dom.
Yeah, I didn't know him as well as Davion, but I knew Dom.
You partied with Dom?
Not often.
Okay. Honestly. When's the last time you did? Would you say? I mean, Dom definitely smoked, and Dom was definitely into some other stuff.
In the winter. Probably.
Wintertime?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know he would come to Chipotle and he would ask to hang out, but I just knew what that lifestyle was around, so I just never wanted to be around it. Him and his girlfriend, they were just roughly all around.
And girlfriend, we're talking about Mackenzie.
But Kenzie, I know from a lot of people telling me, and even her closest friends, that Kenzie and Dom used to fight all the time.
Okay.
And she used to road rage all the time. I remember someone told me that she dropped Dom off on the highway because they got in a fight. So she was just known for being that kind of girl in high school and as well out of high school.
Anger issues?
Yeah, they called her Baby Kush.
Yeah, what's that? Just because she smokes so much weed?
She smokes weed, and there's pictures on her Instagram, but I'm sure she took it down now.
Yeah,
of her in cars smoking weed.
Yeah, we have those. So she road raged, even kicked him out on the highway once?
Yeah. She just drove him crazy, and we just don't know how he dealt with it. And I mean, although he did bad stuff, I mean, he was still a human being.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, everyone has their demons. No one deserves to die.
Yeah.
Right? No one deserves to die. I mean, I've worked in this city for 15 years. If you know Dom, you know his brother Chris. I've had run-ins with
I don't know Chris as much. I just honestly knew Dom.
I've known Dom. I've stopped him on traffic stops years ago when he was even younger. But it in no way does that mean somebody deserves to die.
Not at all.
Right. Now, when you say people are talking, friends are talking, like who?
So I had Rosie Graham in my car the day of the memorial. And she told me personally, I should have recorded it, but I wasn't thinking ahead. She told me personally that her, Kenzie, Landon Turner, Davion, Dom, and Paul Burlinghouse were all tripping.
Really? That day?
Yeah. Not on the day of, but like it was at the visual that I set up.
At the visual, they were tripping.
No, like they were tripping at Paul Burlinghouse's, and then the accident happened.
Right after
the visual happened, and then they said that they drove home safe, and you can probably see it on the camera. She said she passed by the site at like around 6 o'clock, so it had happened, but she didn't know. So she was driving back home. And
so Rosie drove by.
And she didn't know.
And she didn't even know.
Yeah, but she was tripping. And then she dropped Landon off at his house.
This is a Crime Circus presentation.
And her and Kenzie are both like really close because they're models with each other.
Now, when she was telling you this, so she said that night they were hanging out.
I have Davion's Life 360 as well.
Yeah.
They got at Paul Burlinghouse's around like 11:35-ish. I like remember these times mostly off the top of my head now.
So they got there, they hung out.
They stayed there for like 5 hours and left around 5. And the crazy part is, if you look at the Life 360,
and she said everyone there was tripping.
Every single one.
On shrooms.
And I guarantee you, it's shrooms or acid. I forgot which one it was the two.
Do you know them to use acid?
I don't know Davion that he would ever do that.
I know Davion has in the past, but it's like every like 3. It was like, I think I'd known that he'd done it 2 times before in the past.
See, Davion wouldn't tell me he was tripping because I was like somewhat of a father figure to him.
Yeah.
And he knew I would lean into him on all this kind of stuff.
Okay, that's good.
He knew.
Did you know him to use shrooms?
I didn't know about the shrooms at all.
I believe it. Well, I believe it was acid. I don't think it was mushrooms. Just from what I've heard, like
that night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It might have been mushrooms, they said, but Rosie also included that she didn't know Kenzie would have been fucked up because she took a nap for 2 hours.
That
which,
night?
if anyone knows,
or that morning?
That night of.
Yeah.
So like if they left at 5, she was sleeping around roughly like let's say 4 or 3.
Who said she took the nap?
Rosie Graham.
Rosie said that. Okay.
But I think there's like a kind of friendship of like, I'm going to cover for my best friend now because they're gone. And what's that going to get us right now?
Because I don't know if this means anything about Kenzie, but Davion texted me at like 4 in the morning. Like this time, 4 in the morning, because when I was in Colorado, that's when I first started texting him that night. Because he texted me at 4 and I was like, in Colorado, blah, 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 look at this picture. And then,
it's like mountains or rivers. Yeah.
And then he was like, you saw the text, probably.
Yeah.
And then that was it. That's when
I'm pretty sure if you guys go on Davion's Snapchat and look at his memories, I can show you how to look at it. You will find a video from that night.
Okay.
Maybe.
Davion was the guy that took lots of videos.
He was. I have to check and see where his phone is. I know
Because I know it hasn't been turned on.
I know Dom's phone was really damaged.
Ooh.
So we're going to try and download it, but I can write warrants for Snapchat. So
Davion's phone ended up back at the police station, so I think it's
we
damaged.
have it.
Because it shows us it came here at like 9:48.
Okay.
Can I like say this now too? Because I just don't want to like hold this in. But at 4, Davion also texted me that he was tripping. Like he confirmed it. I have a screenshot of it too. I didn't want to like get anyone in trouble, which is why I like didn't send it anywhere. But I want to say it now.
Yeah, can you send that to us?
Yeah. Let me make sure I have
Dude,
it.
I had my keys all the time. Now Boozy's stranded at Target.
Check Snap.
Yeah, he said I'm tripping sacks, lol. cool. So then he texted me after he said, what are you doing? So I was like, I'm chilling up in the mountains, you feel me? Then I sent him that picture. And the timestamp, it says 2 o'clock because I was in Colorado.
Is that trip and sex thing in the one you sent us?
No, I didn't.
You cut that out?
Yeah. I didn't want to get anyone in trouble or anything, but I'll just send this one now.
Yeah, can you send that?
Mm-hmm.
Even the thing is like...
Same email. Is it Zachy Hazoo's email?
Yep.
Yeah, send it there too.
The thing is, it's like they were doing that if Dom might have been sipping lean with Kenzie. That's what Rosie said as well.
Okay, interesting.
It's like if they were doing that, let's say Dom and Davion, Kenzie was doing it as well, and she went behind the car. And she decided to drive.
So you're under the impression that Rosie's trying to help Mackenzie at this point?
I think all her friends, because Landon's dating Rosie, and Landon's trying to cover for Rosie.
Oh, Landon's dating Rosie.
And Rosie is dating Landon, and Rosie was best friends with...
So if Rosie comes in to talk to us, you have a feeling she's going to lie?
100%.
Okay.
She's going to be too scared to say the truth. I mean, over the fact that she was tripping. And I have, like, direct messages on Instagram from her. And Paul Burlinghouse direct messaged me saying, like, what are you trying to do? Ruin my life? I didn't respond to him.
You still have those?
He deleted it right after. I read it, and he was on the conversation and deleted it.
Paul
I have Rosie's, like, just telling me that I was creating drama towards Kenzie and, like, to stop it. And that she was telling her mom, like, please tell Houston to stop. Like, he's creating, like, drama, blah, blah, blah. And the only reason, like, why...
So you were chatting... Hold on, let's back up for a second. You were chatting on Instagram, right? To, like, DMs?
Yeah, it's a DM.
And he's able to delete it from his end so it leaves your end?
So, like, let's say I text Tyler right now. I'm going to text...
Is that Instagram?
Oh, you don't have Instagram. Okay. Here, let's say I just text my friend, right? Or let's say this text message. I can unsend it.
So he unsent it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did it say?
It was just saying, like, what are you trying to do? Ruin my life? Like, and then it was like, if you come by my house, which I haven't came by his house, he's like, we have a Ring camera. So if they have a Ring camera, they have footage of that night when they were leaving the house. Mm-hmm. And these kids don't think when they say shit like that. So it's like, it's kind of good for us. So I guarantee you there's footage on that. And his parents also were not home that night.
Yeah, I know that.
And they didn't know that they were either doing any drugs whatsoever.
Okay.
But I have Rosie's, I still think. Rosie was just kind of saying, we were friends, we were good. And I sent her the visual invitations, like, thank you for sending for me. She's like, that is disgusting to say to a girl that can't move in a hospital bed. And so I have screenshots of what I said to Kenzie. Mm-hmm. And it was basically, Kenzie was responding to someone that was a hater that she put in her words. And I responded with saying, like, she was like, that was my boyfriend of 4 years. Like, I wasn't drunk, like, blah, blah, blah. And I just put Davion ? That's asking about my friend. It's nothing like coming at her. Wasn't any bullying. Mm-hmm. Nothing involved. I'm old enough to know this. Mm-hmm. And she responded with saying that I'm a mess and that she's heard everything that I've said about her because we came to the police with the Life 360. Mm-hmm. And basically saying that I should lose her contact. She blocked me right after, which is not a problem. Mm-hmm. And then I responded with, I have the screenshots. Love it. So I responded with Davion ? She's like, obviously him too, but obviously Dom is affecting me more because this is my boyfriend of 4 years. I've heard what you have talking about and saying about me and Dom, and I think it's better off you just listen to leave us and our family alone. You are a whole mess now. Goodbye. I was like, at Kenzie, but she blocked me right before I can send this. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Dom was a good friend of mine. You know that yourself. Davion was one of my best friends. I wish nothing bad about you and wish you a fast recovery. I understand it was 2 counts of manslaughter, though. Life 360 was all the proof we needed. Because that is all the proof we needed. And it was probably wrong to either reach out to her anyways, but like I was just kind of offended that she would bring up only her boyfriend when there were 2 people in the car.
Yeah, understandable.
And they were both my friends.
All right. Let's go to... Let's dabble into Mackenzie and Dom some more. So they fought a lot. She had road rage. Did you?
She was known for going fast. Like, she was known for just wearing her seatbelt as well. But she was just known for just driving fast and reckless. And Rosie even told me that as well. So a lot of information is coming from Rosie and just like past experiences. I've never gotten in a car with her myself.
Did you ever hear anyone, them, Dom, or any of them?
No.
Never.
I know that Rosie said that Kenzie said. Like, I have it on text, actually. That was in her direct message. She said, I'll read the part where she said, she said, "This is disgusting to say to a girl that can't move in a hospital bed, but if at the time she's still texting on her phone, telling me how fucking depressed she is. Hopes out, that's my next concern. We already lost two people, basically, three, basically, and she knows she fucked up. You aren't involved, and you do not need to sit there and rub it in her face. Do you understand mental health?"
Okay, so she talked about it after the accident.
Yeah.
You never knew of her to talk about it before the accident.
No.
Okay. So we know Mackenzie was a crazy driver based on things Rosie and other people would say. Have you guys ever been in the car with Rosie when she drove?
I've never been in the car with
I've
Rosie
probably
and
been in the
Kenzie.
Rosie car once.
Never.
With Rosie's.
With Rosie and her brother, because I'm best friends with her brother.
Okay, but not Mackenzie driving.
Never been in the car with her. I know Rosie definitely has.
Let's see here. So we need to talk to Rosie. You think Rosie's gonna lie to us? You think Langdon would lie to us?
Hey, he lied to the parents.
I don't know if he
He's-
would.
I don't know. He swore up and down the other day to the Flanagans that they were not on anything.
Well, yeah.
But that's with the toxicology report, and that will come out, and it'll say what it needs to say.
I had a conversation with Papa because a bunch of a group of Davion's friends that were close. It was like the football team, and then like the other group that he hung out, like me and my friends. And Bubba was talking to me and another one of my friends, and he was kind of telling us like the night, like what happened. And it sounded like what he said, like his own words were that he said like the police think that maybe a deer jumped in front of the car or something like that. He said that Paul was upstairs asleep. I think it sounded
said
like
Paul was asleep the whole night. Well, who has visitors over? And then the host goes to bed the whole night.
Yeah, that's weird.
Doesn't
It doesn't make sense.
it sounded like he was. I don't think he had like bad intentions. I just think he didn't want anyone to get in trouble. But
Yeah.
that's just I don't know if that would be.
I don't know if you got like good screenshots of the Live 360.
Yeah, we have those.
If you,
I sent
police
them all
stations. But if you zoom in, like they were driving perfectly fine from Paul's house to the scene,
Right.
and so if you zoom in, and like I can put this on like satellite auto, you can see them. Oh, this close. So they're on the road, right? They're just driving casually, and then it's like normal, like you're just driving normal, and then you will start to see them swerving this way onto the grass. And then now they're on the wrong side of the road. So if you're on the wrong side of the road, your first instinct is, let's get on the right side of the road. They're not, though. They stay on the wrong side of the road. So it kind of looks like road rage to me. And if you go down this road, it's bumpy. Like it's not, like you're going 25, it's still bumpy. They go over this curb, and they're on the curb. They get off the curb. They start to straighten up. They're going better. And now they get on the grass. They go over this whole overpass on the grass even deeper, get off the grass, on the curb, still driving, on the curb, on the grass again, on the grass, stop signs right there, over here. And to me, right here, if you looked at the tracks, and you guys probably have pictures of them, it looks like the person in the front seat tried to turn the wheel because of the fact they were going to go straight into a wall.
So what?
And it doesn't say she hard broke once. It was 90 miles per hour down that whole road. The only time she hard broke off of Life 360 is when the collision happened into the wall.
What? I mean, what do you guys think happened?
I think that I don't know if they were arguing or if it was just carelessness. It might have just been she was going fast. She could have tried. She was probably just being careless. I mean, I think it's established at this point they're on drugs. She probably didn't know what was happening. I know she had some like big. I don't know if it was on her car, but I've seen like on her Snapchat stories some like big ass like fuzzy steering wheel cover. And who knows if she just tried to like whip it around the turn going super fast and it just didn't turn. But it probably I assume it was just a careless mistake and it was just a preventable thing. It was just kids on drugs driving fast. But I don't know.
I mean, I think that obviously the drug report's going to come back positive because they all smoke weed.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're thinking from that standpoint, I also think that if they were on psychedelics and they took a nap, that can also still be a factor because psychedelics is roughly 6 to 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think because of Kenzie's and Dominic's history that they were fighting. Because if Davion was on his phone at 5:35 before he died, not even like 30 seconds, why would he be responding about a view and not helping the car get back on track?
Mm-hmm.
Because if he knew something was up, I think Davion went on his phone to distract himself from the fighting. Although they were on drugs, they can also still be fighting with being on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're like fighting. Like no one will probably ever know if they're fighting or not. But it could have just been like a careless mistake. Like I don't think Kenzie, even if she was like had road rage or she was arguing, I don't think her intention was to kill two people no matter what. So I mean, I don't
think she tried to kill her boyfriend or Davion, but I think she was road raging down the road, 100%. I think she thought she can handle it, but with
90
the drugs,
miles an hour, going off road several times, no braking.
That's what.
And so, like, let's say the road limit's 35. So if you're going 35, that's roughly 60 miles that you have to go up to. On a Toyota Camry 2021 with the turbocharge on it,
And a half
it's
mile.
not that easy. I mean, it's pretty easy.
You have to floor it. It's only a half mile.
I mean, you can make it. Because with that turbocharge, it kind of breaks it.
And no brakes.
This is a Crime Circus presentation.
And then we have footage of them going to Paul, like on the Life 360, we have them going to Paul's house.
I sent that.
Yeah, we got that.
They went to a house before Paul's house,
Mhm,
which was Dom's house, and they went to a little gathering or party or
Graduation party.
whatever. Yeah, and that was at that house.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, me and Davion have gone to that house. Did I do drugs there? No, because I was driving.
Okay, so let's back up. So the house where the graduation party was at, whose name was that? Whose house
I don't
was it?
know who the house was. They told me when they wanted to go to this party, they're like, let's go to the party. I didn't want to go at first, and they kept encouraging me to go. We finally went. We played Just Dance in the garage, and I have footage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Of literally a video of me, Davion, and my other friend playing Just Dance. We drove them all safe home, though.
They used drugs that night?
They were drinking, but I mean,
Drinking.
we weren't drinking.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I was driving, and then they were in the car, but none of them did anything.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that house is ran by 4 dudes that just kind of own it. I don't think it's really an adult. I think it's just a bunch of kids that own it.
Okay.
By the look at the inside of the house.
All right.
But I mean, it didn't even happen there, so it doesn't even matter.
Have you guys ever hung out at Dom's house?
I never have hung out at Dom's house.
Never been to Dom's?
Just the basement.
Just the basement?
Yeah.
Who lives in the basement?
Nobody lives in the basement. There's just a pool table down there.
Just hang out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I remember because there was we went to a after graduation party and everybody was there.
Either of you been to Mackenzie's house?
I've never been to Mackenzie's house.
Okay.
Mackenzie basically almost lived with Dom at
Did
some
she?
times. I mean, she never was really at her house most of the time because her and Dom were dating.
Yeah.
If Dom has his own house, I know he was renting it from his parents, so.
Oh, the one next door.
Yeah.
So his mom lives in the one next
Yeah.
door. He was living
He was
at by
renting it
himself.
from them. Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
But obviously she probably did not know anything going on in the house.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you're a kid and you're throwing parties, and I mean, everybody got home safe until they went to this Paul kid's house.
Did you ever know either of them?
Oh wait, now that I think about it, when you said about has anyone ever thought about, Rosie did tell me that Kenzie would say if Dom ever broke up. But it might be really just like a lot of rumors that were starting up with all the case. And because I mean, I wouldn't assume anyone went out, but of her boyfriend.
Did you ever know either of them to sell drugs?
No.
They never sold weed to friends. They never sold shrooms to friends. They never sold.
I knew Dom would have sold weed.
Not to me.
I never did, but I knew he did.
Not to you guys.
Yeah,
but
not to me.
Did you ever? Do you know who he sold to? Did you ever see him sell? Did you ever?
I've probably met him like 4 or 5 times in my life, but I never saw him do any drug deals, but I know he did.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I never even contacted him for any of that stuff, but it was just like when I'm at work, he'll come in and want to hang out. But he was always with Kenzie too. So.
Yeah. Oh, they were always together. Rarely were they.
Yeah, I think I saw him like twice this summer at a grad party, and then I think I just saw him like out, and both times he was with Kenzie. I don't know how much.
We've heard a lot about Dom cheating on her, and her cheating on Dom.
Yeah.
I don't know about her cheating on Dom.
I don't know. I didn't really know either of them at all.
Yeah.
Him cheating on her is more likely.
Probably, it seems like a type of...
How would he manage that if they were together so much?
I don't know. Man.
Honestly, I don't know like how credible this is. Like
just knowing Dom, it probably seems like Dom.
But
I mean, if he owns his own, if he stays in that house alone,
we do a lot.
I think it was kind of just like she just would not leave him, like no matter what. You know what I mean? It was just like no matter what he did, and he just knew it, and he would just abuse it kind of. It seemed to me. It just,
I don't know. Dom wasn't really like none of the girls that I know really ever talked to Dom. I mean, I know some of his exes, but none of them kept in contact with them. Because, I mean, they all knew Kenzie was kind of crazy.
Does everyone know that she's like...
She's psycho. Yeah, a little bit.
One of my friends actually, like, dated her before. I don't know if it was, like...
Who?
Well, I mean, bro, dude, like 3. But it was, like, middle school, stuff like that. And, like, one of my close friends, he's told me, he's like, she just was a handful. Like, she just... was a lot to handle, like dating her and just like being friends with her in a group. Like one of my friends said that they're in a group chat with her, and before school she like called the group chat over and over and over and over, like so much you couldn't even open the group chat, and it was because she didn't know what she wanted to wear to school the next day.
I mean,
that's just something someone has said that she's done in the past. I don't know.
No one really messed with her too, because everybody just kind of respected Dom, and like
I just kind of
had a lot of friends,
stayed away from her.
Yeah, he had a lot of friends. No one really like out of my friend group. Never really talked to her like that, or at all.
So, since the accident, you only had a few interaction with Mackenzie. You haven't had any. You've talked to Rosie
a lot,
and you're getting a lot of stuff through Rosie, but she's definitely defending Mackenzie.
100%.
And she'll lie for her.
100%. And she literally sat in my car because she was crying, and I wanted to talk to her because I told Rosie, I'm like, I'm friends with your brother. We're really good friends. I've known him since elementary school. I'm like, if you know anything about Kenzie, you need to come out with it. I'm like, I'm protecting you now. I told her, I was like, that's up to you though. I was like, you know the truth more than anyone. You were with them the whole entire night. You spent your last hours with them. I'm like, if you know anything, protect yourself and tell the police, tell me, and we'll get it taken care of. But you can't just hide it. You gotta tell everybody.
And what'd she say?
She was just like, I mean, I don't know. Like, Kenzie's a good person, and we just don't know what the tests are gonna come back. Like, she seemed fine. You snitched. She seemed fine. Like, I asked them if they were okay, and they said they were okay.
Okay. I think that's all I got.
I mean, hopefully that helps you guys out.
Yeah, that helps. Let me